Adom-Otchere says that there was no meeting.
Senior, good evening to your cherished viewers, and thank you for the opportunity to be on this great platform. I don't believe he was responding to my petition.
He wasn't responding to your petition?
I don't think so. When I wrote my petition, I was bold enough to mention the names of the people I felt had done something that I believe was unconstitutional. So if you think you have something to say about the petition, you write my name in whatever allegations you want to make. But my question is, Senior Paul, what is it that they are afraid of?
Who is afraid of?
That they are denying.
He says there was no meeting.
So when you say there was no meeting, the question is, are you saying that you were not in the location at the set time?
But if it's only him, whether others... So you're asking Adom-Otchere to answer the question whether he was in the restaurant.
Was he in the restaurant between 7:30 to 8:30? That's the first question he needs to answer.
If you answer the question, yes, I was there, then what happens?
Okay, then he needs to answer that. Was he there with someone else before he moved to join the judges?
The judges were there. The judges have not spoken. They have not spoken.
Yeah,
he said there was no meeting.
He said the evidence that we have shows that he was there with someone before he moved to the other side of the restaurant. If you've been to that particular restaurant in question, you know how the place is. You have the right side and the left side. He was at the left side and moved to join the judges at the right side. And they were there for a long time. And you see, there's something about Ghana. There's a saying that everybody knows somebody. So don't think sometimes there are things that you are doing it in privacy. And there are people that, because of a certain little procedure that someone is going through, they want to pay attention to the very people that are involved. So how do we justify that there's really integrity in the process when there are two judges who are supposed to be part of a committee set by the president according to or with the powers of Article 146, Clause 6, and also a petitioner? Then you go back to the Code of Conduct of Judges. Which part are you looking at? Rule 1 of the Code of Conduct. You come to Principle 7. What are we looking at? Ex parte communication. What does it say? That it is prohibited. Senior, it is prohibited that any judge will sit down when there's an impending matter before you. I mean, judges meet people every day. But it is prohibited when you, as a judge, there's a matter before you and you meet one of the parties without the other party or without an officer of the law. So this is a serious matter. Someone will ask, what's your whole objective for sending this petition? For me, it's about integrity and fairness. I have a legal advisor called Adom-Otchere, and he tells me that this whole removal of the Chief Justice is novel. Lawyers is becoming like a new study, and so the process must be fair, and the integrity of the process should not come into any disrepute. Then, if it does that, what happens is that the very organ of government that we know that they can offer partiality when there's an issue, you are killing that partiality. That's why
impartiality.
Impartiality. You are bringing partiality to the court. And nobody wants partiality in the courts. So that's why this thing is a very serious matter. And you know what's more interesting? If they are doing this to their own colleague, Senior, how much more me? If judges are doing this to their own colleague, Chief Justice, how much more me? So it's a serious matter for me. And we shouldn't play with it at all. And I'm pleading with the president. The reason why I don't want to go into the details of this matter is because I want to give the president the benefit of doubt and also the benefit of time. That I know, as Ghanaians are now saying that he's a listening president, will look at this very well and tell us that the whole committee which he constituted with the powers of Article 146 will be dissolved.
That's what you're asking.
That's what I'm asking.
For a new 5 to be set up.
Yes, for a new 5. Because if they breach their own code of conduct, how are they able to be on the committee?
So, so you're expecting a response from the presidency?
Yes, of course.
I see. That's interesting. What food do they eat?
Oh, senior, I don't want to go into. I mean, as for that, it's someone's private matter. But the issue on board is that when you go to the code of conduct for the judiciary or for the bench, they call it a code of conduct for judges and magistrates. When you go to chapter 1 or rule 1, principle 7, talks about ex-party communication.
That's what my producer is putting on the screen. We've seen that, yes.
Yes.
Okay, so you are relying on that.
Yes, I'm relying on that. Senior, it is unfair. If you read it very well, it talks about the fact that you've actually created a situation where you will be partial against someone. You cannot meet one party and not invite the other party. If you have to do so, the code of conduct tells you that you have to let there be a law or a regulation. And in the best practice, what you do is you bring an officer of the court who will be there as an independent witness. Is that what we saw? And why deny this? There's no problem with
Sorry says there was no meeting. That's what he says so far. He hasn't told us yet that whether he was there or he wasn't there. He said there was no meeting.
Was he there? Was he there?
I'm guessing he may have been there, because if he wasn't there, he would have said that I wasn't there. But he said that there was no meeting, so it suggests that he was there.
I'm praying,
but I don't know.
I'm praying to the justices to be able to write something on it that they were not there, that the meeting never went on. Then those evidence that is in play, the records that we'll have, will come to bear. If that's the tangent some of them want us to go, then that will come to bear. And I'm ready to send the records to the president when he asks of it. You know, we are talking about the highest level of our judiciary. And these are places that you don't want to play with it. There are matters that they are so serious that you cannot even trivialize it. You cannot at all.